Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And tonight, both the NBA and NHL conference championships will commence. Let's take a look at the NHL in this video, as we have the Eastern Conference Finals beginning tonight and the Western Conference Finals beginning tomorrow. So both of the Stanley Cup representatives last year are still remaining in the playoffs. So a repeat of last year's Stanley Cup Finals is a possibility. Of course, the Panthers and the Oilers were the two teams that reached. Panthers went up 3-0. Oilers won 3 in a row to force a Game 7, but the Panthers prevailed to win the franchise's first ever Stanley Cup. Well, they'll start tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes, and Hurricanes will not be an easy out, especially with Frederik Andersen playing the way he has, looking quite phenomenal behind the pipes, has been allowing less than 1.5 goals per game, just incredible for him. And of course, you know, the Panthers have that Stanley Cup experience, headed Brad Marchand, Seth Jones, so Sergei Bobrovsky, so reigning Stanley Cup champs, not going to be an easy out for sure. Should be a very entertaining series. Meanwhile, in the West, we got, again, the Edmonton Oilers and Stuart Skinner, who recently was brought back to be their #1 netminder, had 2 shutouts against the Golden Knights. So will be interesting to see if he could keep that up, because Jake Ottinger, of course, is one of the top goalies in the league, and the Stars have not had an easy run through this year's playoffs, that's for sure. You can maybe say they've had the hardest road to get here, as they've beaten both the Colorado Avalanche and the President's Cup winning Winnipeg Jets. I mean, winning the President's Cup just seems like a failure of your chances to win the Stanley Cup of late. You know, last year the Rangers, Jets this year. Let the Connor Hellebuck talk continue, although he did have some solid games in the second round. But anyhow, let's take a look at DraftKings Sportsbook for the odds in these two series. If we take a look at who the two teams in the West actually haven't won the Stanley Cup since the 1990s, won in the early 90s. Edmonton Oilers won in 1990. The Stars last won in 1999. Panthers, of course, are the reigning Stanley Cup champions. Therefore, they won in 2024. The Hurricanes won in 2006. But yes, according to DraftKings Sportsbook, the Florida Panthers are slight favorites, -125 to the Hurricanes +105. The Edmonton Oilers and Dallas Stars are both -110, so that's pretty incredible. Now, the two teams that made the Stanley Cup last year will be starting on the road, as the Hurricanes and Stars have home ice advantage for their series. So, again, Panthers are barely favorite. Stars and Oilers are even. So even the betting market having a tough time picking the winners. But I'll try to pick. I'm going to say in the East, the Panthers in 7 again. It just took them 7 games to knock out the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in the West, I'm going to say no repeat of last year's Stanley Cup Finals. I'm picking the Stars to win in 6, but should be an entertaining series both ways. But, adding Mikko Rantanen has definitely made the Stars even that much more dangerous. And, they've been on the precipice of making the Stanley Cup Finals in recent years. This year they do. I'll probably make a Stanley Cup Finals preview and prediction later, once we figure that out. But let me know in the comments, who do you believe will win these conference finals and what will be the Stanley Cup Finals matchup. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, and subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.